Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? Let me pull up the chat. It's Friday night. Um, the weekend's the freaking weekend. So how are y'all doing today? Um, it's Friday night. Sorry about the feedback. All right, let me pull up the chat. See if anybody up in the house. Um, I'll put the um, what's kind in the chat. And I'll wait for you guys to come on in. So my plan for tonight is to get the calcium reactor running. You know what I'm saying? I can't see who's here. What's up, Click Clack? Always a regular. Yeah. So that's the hangout. Be right back. I had to get my soda, which is not good for you. Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Come on in here. What's up, T40 Reefer? You changed your name, T. It used to be TEE. Now it's just T. So I don't know if you guys can't. I really can't see what I got going on over here, but I basically got is that level? Yeah, it's level to me. I'm basically gonna hook up my calcium reactor tonight. We'll get it running. I still ain't do my test yet. I got my Hannah salinity checker. Let's see. Kind of blue in here. Got the blue lights on, so let me see if I can. Is that better? Maybe that's better. I don't know. Yeah, let me grab a seat. My back is hurt. I don't know what that was. Oh, congratulations, T. On your new tank. So yeah, I want to get the I really want to get the Kimura and the water kind of flowing. I've been watching videos. What's up, Jeremy?
What up, dude?
And then just a good old Friday night. Just decided the wife and kids are out of town, so decided to jump on this live stream. Maybe
Yeah,
I
it
get
sounds like a lot of time to focus on the tank.
it is. It's a good time too, because man, before you know it, the summer will be over with, and we'll be back in school year.
Yeah,
So I know a lot of people will be like, the hobby taking a break or whatever. Then sometimes I don't never take a break.
man, look, it's hard to take a break from this, man.
Yeah,
I'll
I
tell you
got
one thing. I know those kids get mad, bro. I just came from Walmart yesterday, and those school supplies go up so
oh
quick,
man,
bro.
in July.
School supplies go up instantly.
Yeah, I remember when I was in school, man. It used to be we didn't go back to school till after Labor Day.
Right.
But now they push these kids back into school. But I just fed some Reef Frenzy Nano, hoping that my pot of blue really takes some good chunks. Like all my other fish, they eat everything, man. My pot of blue been acting like he been acting weird, man. Only thing he's been eating is the little pellets, and he not even like chomping those down. He's like eating it and spitting it back out type deal. What's up, Jay Curry?
Yeah, I don't know anything much about Powder blue. I got the Reef Frenzy though. That stuff. My fish really like it. It's real thick and chunky. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I just dropped some in. Moki gave me some. I went over his house on Tuesday, but he gave me some. He gave me 2 packs of this stuff. So shout out Moki, appreciate you. That's the inappropriate reef. If you don't know, but yeah, it looks. I mean, I don't know. My fish just all the other fish and the shrimp just devoured it. Powder blue tank. He nipped it and then kept going. So I don't know with this guy. I'm hoping, but he's like when I introduced my flame angel, he
Hmm.
started thinking like he like the boss or something. So I don't get this dude, man. I don't get this dude. So we'll see. If not, I'm gonna go to the LFS tomorrow and get some worms. I heard they eat black worms or blood worms. Some, some live. I'm trying everything because that's my favorite fish. I don't want to lose him because he not eating.
I
I don't
think
know what
everybody got that favorite fish that's kind of hard for them to keep sometimes.
yeah, man. And mine so happens to be my favorite fish.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, duh. But I got 2 favorites actually. I got the Midas Blenny and the Powder Blue. Like I think every tank I'll have will have those 2 fish. All the other ones I'm not so crazy about. Now I like them, but they're not my favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my LFS right now they have a Midas Blending. I want to get one so bad, but I'm not getting one until I put the 150 up because
Yeah,
of course it'll be too big to go in the smaller tank. Now I would put it in my 8 gallon nano, but um honestly I'm not putting anything in here until this clownfish comes out. This clownfish got to go first, man.
yeah. The 8 gallon that might be a little bit too small for him too.
Yeah, it might be because they do get pretty big. That canary blenny though that I got was actually it swim just like the Midas blennies anyway, and that,
Yeah,
and
I
that,
feel
that
that.
fish is doing pretty good.
The Canary Blend is that's a nice fish too.
The only thing I'm not liking so far is like trying to figure out what it actually eats. Like I put a lot of mice and shrimp in there, and I mean he's still alive right now, but I've never actually seen him eat yet, and I've had him for like maybe 2 weeks now. And I haven't
Um,
seen them eat yet. And then mouths are so small. You get those fish with the smaller mouths. It's like harder to feed them stuff.
yeah, yeah, that's the thing, man. Let me put this back in the freezer. And that was one reason I didn't. I didn't see. You always got a plan. I didn't stick to my plan, man. I was supposed to get this pot of blue from by LFS that does really good with quarantine. They get them eating everything, man. And one of my LFS that I just visit, like on a regular that's closer, had a pot of blue, and it was, the guy was giving it to me for free, basically.
Right.
Well, he did give it to me for free, so I took them. And just, it's like a roll of the dice type thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you like, man, if you do well, what I'm saying? I got it for free. That's my favorite fish. Why not? But he's been in here for about 3 weeks now. He's he's got ick on his body, but he's hanging in there. Like,
And not even that. I mean, he's been in there for 3 weeks. You got to be eating something. That's how I kind of looked at it with this fish.
right.
Got to be eating something, man.
And like I said, I see him pecking. He nips at like the algae and all that stuff, but he not like these tanks are aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Aggressive eaters. So for him to not to be aggressively eating is alarming. Hey, what's up, Haley? I
Wait,
guess
so the tank that he came from previously, was he eating good in that tank?
I don't know. When I went, that was my first time seeing him, so I didn't ask him to feed him or nothing like that. That was just one of the things. Like, hey, he's free. Come on, get him. Come on, grab him. So I grabbed him.
I've been sitting up here. I've been sitting up here fighting with this algae because I wind up. I had to do like 2 huge water changes. I told you I got my I switched salts and everything, and I got my parameter straight.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's perfect now, parameter wise. My
Good.
my magnesium last time it was checked, it was at 1400, and I actually did another water change since then, so it's probably at like 13 something, exactly what I needed. Because I don't like having the magnesium that high, and LPS do pretty good with it from what I read. I know SPS you can't have the magnesium like crazy high with it unless it's like monopora that you're growing or something.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so all that stuff is in check, calcium in check, and all that stuff. So basically, the tank kind of, I don't want to say it's bouncing back, but it's just adjusting to this new salt. It's adjusting to the new parameters all over again after
What type
all
of
that stuff.
salt is that?
Yeah. But I wound up getting some dinoflagellus again. I had it before and I got rid of it, but it wound up coming back in a different way this time. And I don't think it truly ever went away. Um, Honestly, I think it comes with the new rock. I was looking at some stuff. Rico was talking about in his tank, and he was talking about how he didn't know what that stuff was on his rock. And honestly, man, I know Rico's saying that he just gonna leave it alone, but that stuff that's not something that you leave alone, bro. Not in my opinion. Like I feel like if you leave that alone without touching it at all, it's gonna take over. You're gonna have to like in the cleanup crew, it ain't gonna do nothing to that stuff, bro. It will not do a thing to that stuff, man. So what I've been doing, I still have my snails in, and I notice I'm blowing off my rocks. I'm talking about like every 20 minutes per day. I've been doing it like all day, and I've been changing my filter socks every day. The filter sock that I have, I've been cleaning them and changing it every single day. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my way of getting it out. Because if you do a water change, so that's the one thing you don't do a water change. I'm seeing you do a water change, it's gonna come back even harder because you putting all the nutrients and everything that stuff is thriving off back inside the tank. So I'm starving it by keeping the same water in here and just filtering it out. You know what I'm saying, through the filter socks. And basically, because I was gonna do a water change today, but it was gonna be a different type of water change. I was gonna do a water change with the same water. I was gonna do more like I was gonna empty the water out and strain it through one of my filter socks and put the same water back in.
Okay.
Because technically the water's not it's not dirty anyway. But yeah, man,
So
that dino is something else, bro.
dino flash. Yeah, I don't know what type of I don't know what type of algae that is. It looked like if we talk about Rico's tank, it looked like a hair algae to me. Um
No,
and
Rico don't have dino. I didn't say he had dino. I have dino.
oh yeah.
Yeah, no, Rico has I don't think that's hair algae in Rico tank either. That looked like more like a mix between Bryopsis and like a turf hair algae, kind
Hmm.
of turf algae in a way. But it's definitely not like when you see that hair algae, you can see that healthy green hair algae. Like that's different. I would rather have that, knowing that it's easier to get rid of than dino and stuff like that. When you got that dino is like mixed with that cyanobacteria, and they got those little snot bubbles that hold on to the edge of the ends of the algae itself, bro. It's just nasty. And then on top of that, what I hate about it so much, it makes the tank so dark in the inside, bro. Like your light, it'll look like your lighting spectrum changed on your light. It look like you darkened your light. That's how bad Dino is. That's why I hate Dino, bro. And like I said, I've been battling it for like 8 months. I've been able to keep it at bay, and then I finally got rid of it, and I was left with turf algae. But I never went this far as far as in like replacing the filter socks daily and stuff like that. So I might just stay on it like this because it's working. My Cheeto is actually growing this time, and yeah, kind of do it like
Clipax
that.
is bryopsis.
Huh?
Clipax is it look like bryopsis. Like I said, I
Yeah,
don't know.
was Enrico tank? That's definitely Bryopsis. Yeah.
I've
That's
seen no, I don't I don't know. I've seen it didn't look like bryopsis to me. This is my opinion because bryopsis kind of has like a almost a macroalgae texture to it, right?
Yeah,
But
like kind of like branching. And if you look at a few
yeah,
pieces in there, he has like a few pieces that are like that in there.
that'd be good for if Rico's watching. Come on and maybe expound on some of that algae that he's dealing
Well,
with.
I know when Rico was talking about it, he was saying, he's still kind of new to live rock itself. So honestly, he said himself he didn't really know much about the algae either, because he never had that algae ever in his life. He said he never had that algae ever since he's been in the hobby.
Yeah, he always used live rock. This
Yeah.
he used dry rock this time. I don't know. It's
Right.
interesting. It's interesting to see. We that's just another reason why I think ultimately I'll be happy with this calcium rather because we deal with so many other type of hurdles in this hobby.
Right.
So it's like for me, water chemistry, you know, keeping stable parameters won't be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be happy knowing that um, my calcium rep is take care of that aspect of the hobby as far as my maintenance. You know what I'm saying? Um, and just dealing with the other stuff because I was just watching Fish of Hex video.
Mm-hmm. I've been
Um,
watching too.
and he was talking about how he's dealing with coral shading each other and dying, and yeah, he got a whole thing, the fish from and all that stuff, right? And I was just thinking to myself, like, man, it's like when you jump one hurdle, there's another hurdle just waiting for you to, you gotta jump this one. So whatever, I know, like for me, like this is the most I ever spent on a system per se, like equipment wise. But I wanted to make my make this experience more enjoyable as far as not worrying about so many things that plague me. Um, and also, I was looking to the future as well as getting stuff that I'm gonna need in the long run because I'm gonna be in the hobby for as long as I can. So
Right.
I'm making sure I get stuff that's gonna last me or I can transfer over to a new system, or all that stuff. Let me check the chat. What are you running for floor? I don't know if you're speaking about me, Tar Heel Reefer. For me, I'm running the two MP40s, quad drives, and as of maybe this weekend, I'll be hooking up my waves because I'm gonna hook my Apex up, so those plug directly into my waves. So I'll have more than enough flow. Actually, I have these turned down a lot, but I just wanted like I said, when I bought my stuff, I wanted to buy it for this tank and the next final upgrade, right? So I got two waves in the back, which are a bit made by Neptunes, and I chose those because I wanted it on the back glass, and I didn't want to pay a whole bunch of money, but also not take up more plugs, and this hooked right up to my Apex. So I had those tools on the back wall. It's the back wall is actually like a coast to coast overflow. So I have them like in the middle, like facing each side, and that way I put the magnet on the inside of that and just had the weight. So you really can't see them. Like I'm looking at my tank, is that how you can't really see them, but it's just gonna give me that extra random flow because I plan on doing like a lot of SPS in this
Yeah.
tank, which is not looking like an SPS tank right now. Looking like a really mixed reef, but I want to do more SPS. So
Yeah, and if anybody was wondering what I was running for flow, I have a Tunzi 6040 on there, controllable, and it does really really great. It's actually turned down a lot. Like it's actually more than enough sometimes. But I got to turn down a lot because the LPS I'm running in here they enjoy like lower flow. They don't need all that flow, man.
man, I love Tunsies, man. They're like so super solid.
Yeah, they're real good. Oh man, did I tell you? So I had to go a little bit further trying to still on my quest for coralline algae. So as I've been blowing the rocks off, cleaning everything up, everything's doing pretty good in my tank right now. So I got this huge piece If you can see, can you see it?
Yeah.
I got this huge. That's a huge piece of coralline algae I got from my LFS.
So
It's
you going
literally like a rock. So I got it. I got it sitting there right by the Tunzi. The Tunzi just blowing off of it. So it's just spreading spores around everywhere in the tank.
okay, nice. I don't know, man. Like for me, coralline algae is that thing is like that's almost like a nuisance. Like it
So,
grows everywhere.
so I'm gonna explain the reason why I want it so bad. I be talking to Greg too, man. I talk to him a lot on Instagram because I always ask him advice and stuff like that. But and he kind of gave me the same advice of what I was thinking about. So the coralline algae, the reason why I wanted to grow so badly in here is because the quicker that coralline grows, the less chance I have for the green hair algae and the bryopsis and the cyano and all that stuff to grow. Because from the research that I've done, that stuff has a hard time sticking to the coralline algae because it's like a rock kind of substance, but it's like I think it's because it's the aragonite or something that's inside of it. It has a harder time sticking to it. So it's like I look at it like this: which one would you rather look at, whether it's a nuisance or not? The coralline or that? Even though I want coralline period just because I've never had it and I think it's beautiful. But
It is.
I
It's
don't.
beautiful. But
Yeah,
like I said, once you get frags, it's gonna come on. Like to me, you don't have to source it, but I understand like what you trying to do.
right.
Um, like I said, I just set this tank. It's been running for 2 months, and a lot of these rocks and stuff and frags are from the old tank, and the core line just grows. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's spotted up on the back wall. So to me, it's like that junk gonna come whether you want it or not.
Right.
For sure.
Well, the one thing I noticed with the coralline too, like to me for a smaller tank, I feel like if I would have done what I did to my kids' tank, it would be in my tank by now. I feel like I was tinkering in my tank a little bit too much. And
Did
also,
that cause your core line not to grow?
yeah, and also too many water changes and too huge of water changes sometimes. Like not all the time, but when
I
I
don't
first,
know, man.
first started off, I think I waited. I was told by my LFS that's when I first got in the hobby to wait like 2 months before I did a water change. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
get the nitrates, phosphates, all that stuff up to show readings of that, to show that the tank was cycled. After I saw the tank was cycled, they told me to do a 20% water change. I did a 20% water change, and then from there on, I started doing 10% water changes, and then I wound up starting to, I was like, man, this tank is still dirty. Well, visually to me, it was still dirty to me. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna take a little bit more water. I don't want to, but that's taking a little bit more of the nastiness that's in there. So I started doing like 50% water changes. And those 50% water changes, I think that's what took away the stability part. So I would say for a nano tank, if I was to ever start, when I ever start another nano tank again, which I am, because I have one more nano tank, and that's gonna be my fiance's tank, because I just haven't gotten her tank yet. But yeah, hers is gonna be nice too. I'm not even gonna say what it is right now, but hers is gonna be coming soon. I may do hers probably at the end of this year, but it should be coming soon. Like maybe this the end of this year or something like that. But if I ever start one again, I'm just gonna let it. I'm talking about like sit for a minute just to create that stability. And water changes. If I do a water change in this tank, I am doing monthly now. So monthly water changes are gonna be like 20%. If I was to
Okay.
do weekly water changes on this tank, I would only do like 5 to 10% weekly water changes.
I'm kind of at that crossroads of water change right now. Like I'm thinking for the future. I always try to plan for the future. I think I'm gonna end up switching salts
Mm-hmm.
because I want to do water changes, but I don't want it to break my pockets. So I think I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna switch over to Fritz because
Mm-hmm.
it's not as expensive as Tropic Marin, and I could do more water changes.
And plus, you heard good things about Fritz too. So
Yeah, Fritz has been around for a long time actually. Damn, I can't even open this daggone. I'm trying to do my hand checker. I can't even open it. Daggone screw at the bottom.
I just noticed why the lighting is a little more in your tank. Why it's a little bit more it's hard to explain. I guess a little bit more balanced, you would say, because you got those T5s on like as a supplement, right?
Yeah, well the T5s they're not on right now.
No, I'm talking about in your videos. Like when you have it on your videos,
Oh,
it like
um,
it
have I?
balances it out like real well when it's lighting the tank.
Yeah, I like the T5s. I try not to. I got the shoot. I got the Blue Plus, which is like more so on the 10x side.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to be home while they on because I really don't like the look. Got like a Windex type look, like a real aqua bluish look. But
Well, you
you
know
know,
what? Maybe it just show up different when you record it, probably.
yeah, I try to mostly just keep my radions on and my reef brakes when I'm looking at the tank. That's what I want to look at. Damn, I
Oh,
gotta get this joint open.
that's what I want to
All
tell
right,
you.
give me 1 second. Oh, this stuff is getting on my nerves, y'all. I can't open my. It's a little. It's like a little screw at the bottom of this joint, this hammer, and none of my screwdrivers fit. Like it's like too small.
Man,
Me off. I'm trying to do a water test, and I can't because ain't no battery in here.
I was sitting there, speaking of the water test kits, I was sitting there, they had an episode of BRS TV. They was talking about water test kits, and they was saying
Mm-hmm.
they were showing the ones that were most accurate. One of the Hannah checkers were in there, but I think it was the alkalinity Hannah one. And
Mm-hmm.
the most accurate calcium testing kit was the aquaforest. No, the most accurate one was the magnesium for the aquaforest. Calcium, I think it was Red Sea for calcium.
We'll see.
Yeah, Red Sea had the most accurate for calcium, I think.
And Hannah had the most accurate for alkaline.
For alkalinity, yeah.
That's good to know. That's the one I got. The Hannah DKH.
Yeah.
So I'm about to check that now if I could ever get this goddamn uh, screw off. Ugh. Nothing seems to work. Like this joint is hard as hell to get off. Try some pliers.
So I think that's another thing too with this tank. Like my aquascape is really different, right? So
Mm-hmm.
as you know, like when you came over last time, I only have like what if you count the smaller rocks? I guess you have to count that too. So I guess you would say I only have like maybe 5 pieces of rock total in it, and they're like not as big. So I think that's what came into play too with the algae, man. Because at first, when I first started off, um, I feel like this tank had to recycle itself. Like this tank was actually originally like a what do you call those things? An undergravel filter, right? So
Mm-hmm.
all of the biological filtration was the sand. That was it. The sand and that one rock that I had, that blue rock that you see, like right here, this rock was dead. So technically, I only had one rock in here that was live, and I think that's where all my problems came from. The fact that I only had one piece of live rock, no biological media, and the tank was kind of surviving like that. So bacteria didn't have a home really. And this rock, not new, but it came afterwards too. So
Well, I guess I could check my salinity. This is the easiest hand. This is the easiest checkup of all. Get one of these, bro.
Oh, the
And
salinity.
check the salinity.
Yeah, I still be using that hydrometer.
Nah, man.
I mean refractometer. No, that's what it refractometer, not the
Yeah,
hydrometer.
get rid of that thing, man.
Yeah.
This like makes you want to test it. Like this is
That
like
and a lot. It's annoying testing it because then you got to go look in the light and all that stuff.
yeah, this one, man, show the temperature and the readout. Like I'm sitting at 0.25
Mm-hmm.
at 78 degrees. I like 2.5 because it's a good buffer. I know like 2.6 is like the ideal one, but I like 2.5 because if I'm still like manual topping off, so I got a little buffer between. So my salinity be from 2.5 to 2.6 on a regular.
Right. Do you
But
which one do you find that's better out of 2.5 and 2.6?
I don't think it's a matter of better. I think most so often it's just keeping it at one number.
Right.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Ray, what's up? Not much. Just messing around with the tank. Chilling, just cleaning the tank and cleaning the room. What you doing? What you doing down there?
Blues just came on. Dude, I hate this lens. Make everything orange as hell, man.
Man, I'm not. I'm funny. I'm not hungry right now. Yeah, I'm not hungry right now. So
Some more water.
yeah, I'm ready to eat healthy. Yeah, cook it healthy. I eat it. I can pick. Yeah. Thank you. Mm-hmm. School will be here before you know it. Sure. We just talk about that. Me and Jeremy on the live stream talking about how they got the back to school stuff in the store already, and it's July. It's not even the end of July. Man, I'm about to run to Home Depot. I'm gonna call you when I get up there. Cause I gotta get some stuff for tomorrow. I'm going to work tomorrow. I'm gonna call you back. All right. All right, y'all. Who else is here? Let's see Jeremy Tank for a minute. Let's present you, Jeremy. You got the
Oh yeah, I moved that torch too, bro. I
you got
finally
the
moved it, bro.
oh yeah, looks good right there too.
Yeah, I got it on a magnet.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that idea from what that is smoking. Got it on a magnet.
That looks good right there.
Yeah.
I like the torch in the background because it gives that movement
Yeah, that's why I did it. Cause see,
and
I
draws
mean,
your eye there. You
yeah,
know,
it was originally supposed to fill in the background anyway, like in the back of that rock. But
mhm.
honestly, man, it was like what you were saying. It wasn't doing it enough justice. I got another coral I'm gonna put like right beside it, but it's gonna be like a little bit to the left, a little bit. Hopefully, it don't get shaded out by this GSP because my GSP kind of sticks out and goes up. But I should be getting well, what I'm gonna put in the middle. What are those things called, man? Ones that are kind of rare right now, the gold torches. Yeah, I want one of those, and I was gonna put it next to that. So
The gold torch is fire.
yeah, if I could get one for a good price.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully, they're not too expensive, man.
Gold torch is fire. Hopefully, you get one from like a fellow hobbyist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hopefully that too. The only thing I don't mind spending my money on is that magic Piscolia I want. That's the only thing I don't mind spending my money on.
Hold on one second.
I don't know what that was. Sound like it's going like in and out. Barely hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go back and mute. Hold on one second. Yeah, I logged in on my phone also. I'm gonna try to yeah. Hold on one second. If I mute this one.
Let me go ahead and show this tank as well. This tank is doing pretty good too, with the canary blending in there. Also got the Tunzi 6040 in there too. Still got some diatoms on the rock. Still a new tank a little bit. And that GSP that was on the wall of the background, I took it off. I definitely want to do something different in each tank. So what I did was I got the GSP on this rock. And it's sitting in like a hole of this rock. So what I'm gonna do is GSP is gonna be growing off the top of this, and I want acans going around this rock. It's like a little stick rock. Anyway. Yeah, that little canary blending right there.
Near that GSP, don't take no prisoners.
Yeah, that's why I took it out that wall too, man. I mean, it's nice on the back of my wall, but I don't want that same, I don't want that same thing in each tank like that. I feel like that'll get boring.
Yeah.
Show the kids tank for a second.
All right, so I'm gonna present. This is what my tank looking like right now,
Nice.
y'all. So I'm having I guess it's a good problem. Some people look at it as a good problem, but I don't. I'm looking at it as a problem. These bubble tip anemones keep splitting. Like I had one. Now that's one. That's two. Now this rock is cool. I'm happy with that rock. But then I got a big, huge one in the middle of my Zoa like garden. That's three.
Bro, that
Got
is
one in
so
the back.
crazy that you saying those things are splitting, bro. Because I'm thinking about getting rid of the anemone that's in my kids' tank. I don't want that anemone anymore because
Dude, I
it's
would sell
white,
you an
man.
enemy. Talking about the all white one
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, it's
for
closed
another
up
one.
right now. This is how it's doing currently. If you can see it, it's like always closed up. Everything else, like the coral in here,
Dude,
it
I
does
got
great.
5. There go another one right there. I want to say it's another 2.
How much would it cost to ship it?
Well, I don't know, man. I gotta look. First, I gotta see how I'm gonna get it off.
Yeah, you gotta
this,
reach that
um,
foot.
this frag right here. This is the new frag I got from Tristan
Oh,
Reeves.
that's beautiful.
Stellar Mushroom.
What's the name of
It's called the Stellar Mushroom. He named it the DC and Stellar Mushroom.
it?
Fire. That's one of my favorite pieces in the tank right now.
Yeah,
Um,
that's nice, man.
I actually moved it. I moved a frag tank. I was cleaning glass. I mean, I moved a frag rack. So when I put it on the left hand side, this joint is get like huge. Right now, it's open, but it ain't. Like this joint get way bigger than what it is right now. And I got that. I'm actually gonna put this in the school tank. Put this in the school tank. Put that in the school tank. And I might put this gold torch. I got like a short tentacle gold torch, and might put all those in the school tank.
Yeah, you got some good colors, especially like on the sand bed area. I need some pinks. I don't have no pinks in my tank.
Yeah, Ghania port, man. That'll be. I just got this piece. I'm actually gonna move it to the other side.
But aren't they aggressive?
Not Ghania port. That's more so like I would say like that's a more anemones. Ghania port. You know what's aggressive though? The Galaxia. That's probably what you're thinking of.
Yeah,
Galaxia
they're kind of
is
long.
yeah. They look like they almost look like GSP a little bit, but they're really bright. They're beautiful actually, but those are you're more aggressive. Hold on, right quick, yeah. I don't want to drop this thing. Those are your It's like I said, it's like galactic. I like them, but they will sting other corals like it's no tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna see how this joint do back here. Um,
If I get a pink, it'll probably have to be probably like a sun coral, and then I'll probably get a pink sun coral or something like that. Cause the area it'll be in, it's like a low light area anyway, so it won't be nothing crazy for it. And I don't
oh,
have that
okay.
much room for nothing else. The only thing I really made room for in my sand bed is that Master Scully. That's it. That's the only thing I made sure I made room for.
I like it, man. The Scullies are nice.
Yeah.
Like that's for me would be like so this year my goal is to like um every month get like a 10 pack for SPS. I want to have at least about I want to say a good 60 frags of SPS in here.
Hmm.
So if I do that for the next 6 months, do 10 pack, I'll have that 60, right? That'll be I think that'll be plenty to fill the tank up. After that, like the next year, I'll be doing like all um accent pieces like scullies, clams, more zoas. You can never have enough zoas, in my opinion,
Yeah.
um, and stuff like that. And now I'll be, basically watching everything grow out. You know what I'm saying?
What what intensity do you keep your blues at? Like how much of the blues do you run?
Um, all my blues always 100%, but
Hmm.
the max intensity for the overall lighting is like 50, I don't want to say 50 is my highest, 50%. Uh, what's up, AZ?
I wish
AZ?
they let you do that from the app on the UFO, like, because you can't set like the intensity and how much of it you use is like all in the same on the set like that. That's what those programs built by Radiant. I mean Ecotech, they kind of shine at. because it goes more in the
Yeah.
depth. It's like you could set it at 100%, and on top of that, you can set the intensity. But it's like the intensity and how much of the color you want to use is just all in the one. Kind of with the, I think it's like that too with Kessels. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, cause,
Yeah.
'cause the way that they made them, cause like all of the lights are on like one little chip, and they gotta shine down. It's like it's a great design, and it creates of course with the shimmer and stuff like that, beautiful shimmer. And I love the way that it looks. It blends the lights amazingly. But the only thing is just like the controllability of it. That's it. I think they fixed it on the 360X a little bit though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the only thing I like about 360 is that you gotta buy a controller
Yeah.
to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be. They should make these lights already
That's
controllable.
that's
You know
like
what
the
I'm
Z
saying?
light. The Z light I started to buy a controller. I paid close to $400 for this light. I think it was like this light was like 360 something or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you still had to buy an $80 controller, which was stupid. If you actually like see the controller, to me the controller is like it looks nice, but like when I pick it up, it's like nothing's inside it. It's like it's hollow or something like that. It's like what exactly am I paying for? If nothing's really inside of this, y'all couldn't stick that little chip or whatever's in there inside the actual light and just let me control it from the light. Like instead of me
Right.
paying $80 for that, man. Like that was ridiculous, man.
Yeah, it's definitely a ripoff, man. You feel like
But
you know what I'm
they
saying?
tried to do like some ecotech type stuff too, so because you can control their pumps and everything from there too. So I guess that's kind of what you benefit from it at least.
You know.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, man. Just having that app is the way to go.
I gotta go to Home Depot for their clothes. I gotta get some parts for my UV sterilizer. I want to hook that up. I get some stuff for work, but I need to get a little small screwdriver to open this thing. Cause I really want to test my water. I want to see where I'm at, like alkalinity wise. I know the salinity is down pat. I want to know. Actually, I can test my pH because the salinity, the pH I'm testing, it's just like the salinity tester. So it's this. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's like a red. It's called pH tester by Hannah. It's just like the salinity one. So I don't see a whole lot of people with it. So I don't know what the reviews is. I bought it at a show. So I'm gonna see. This will be my first time using it on live. I've had it since April. April of. I went to this show called Reef.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had it since then. I really need some ceiling lights. Let me read the directions real quick. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I got to calibrate it. I know that much. Yeah, I love these testers like where you can just drop it in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it ain't no.
And to do it for you instead of
Yeah,
taking.
take the
Yeah.
guesswork out.
Yeah.
I can take the guesswork out. Like I love that. All right,
Yeah,
now.
and plus I'm not good with colors anyway. That's why I hate those type of test kits, especially like the Aquaphor stuff. They work good, but when I had the calcium test kit, bro, dude, like the colors are so close together, and I'm already colorblind. I always gotta ask my girl like, "Hey, what color this is?" and she be getting like mad and stuff.
It's crazy, man. Like that's another reason why I I'm getting the Trident because I don't want to be guessing colors and looking through little syringes and all that stuff. Like, no, I don't want to do that. Make sure the meter has been colored before use. Electrical drive stop. Soak it in 30 minutes to reactivate. Submerge to electrical. All right, so I'm not gonna calibrate it. I'm just gonna use it, see what it gives me, and then I don't know, cause it's gonna take a little bit longer. I want to see what reading it gives me, especially with the temperature. If it's close,
And you say you never used it before?
it's my first time using it.
Dang.
So this
What
joint
is
said
the
This joint say my pH is 7.3, 7.4. Keep going up.
Yeah, no, wait. Which one is that? Is that the Hannah one?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so that's one thing I don't like. I think that Hannah pH probe. I don't know if it's like
7.5.
I don't know if it's like faulty sometimes, but bro, I don't think that it'd be reading the pH right. I'm sorry. Like it makes me just want to go get like an actual pH kit. So I have. Do you have this one? Hold on. You have this one?
Nah. Mine's it looked like it's red, but it's a little bit different.
Okay, so you got that one. Yeah. So they basically the same. I think that one that you have just reads the temperature as well.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Right. So what I don't like about it, I feel like even after it's calibrated, it still kind of does. Like I know there's no way in hell my pH sometimes it'll say the same thing. It'll say it's like 7.4, 7.5. There's no way in hell it's 7.4 or 5. Like it'll show like yeah you know of course the tank can still do good just off stability, but I don't think it's that low at all.
I never, it's my first time ever checking for pH, so I don't know the significance of it. I guess I gotta do some more research and stuff like that. But I never really like I said, care. But like I said, I was so impressed with that salinity checker. When I saw this, I was like, let me try this one because it gotta be
Yeah, the
pretty good.
salinity one is a little bit different. I mean, I feel like it's easier to check the salinity rather than a pH. That pH probe, like when I mess around with it, because I had this thing since I kind of started in the hobby, so I've been having it for like 11 months now. So I calibrated it twice so far since I've been having it. You kind of, I don't, to me, I don't think you need to keep calibrating it like that. But the one thing I do notice with it, yes, stir it around in your tank a little bit, like move it around in your tank a little bit, and then kind
Mhm.
of sit it in a spot to where it can just sit there for like maybe 5 minutes. Because I've taken it straight out after I thought it had a reading, and the little hourglass stopped moving, and then it'll wind up trying to read it again as soon as you move it. So it's like the best thing for that. I think it need to just sit there for a second. I know the one because they have like three models. They got the one you have that has the temperature in it. They have the one I have, and then they have another one that hooks up to your phone, and that's the one that Jake Adams used from Reef Builders. And his is a little bit. I don't know if it's a little bit more accurate or it just works a little bit faster. But as soon as he stirs it in the water for maybe like a couple of seconds, it gives him like an instant reading to his phone.
Mm. And that's the pH one, right?
It's a pH one, but like I said, you know that one a little bit more expensive because it hook up to the phone.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's not that. So to me, so my plan next, right? When this 150 finally go up, I was talking with Reef and with O2 trying to see how everything was gonna go because I was thinking about just getting the Apex Junior, but I didn't know that you can connect your Apex basically to two tanks. So what I'm gonna do is when this big tank go up, it's already sitting next to my Nano. I'm gonna have the Apex hooked up to this tank as well. Have a pH probe and the temperature probe because that's all I need anyway.
Hmm.
And just do it like that so I could just know what's going on in this tank as well, man. Because I'm tired of like sticking this thing in here, not feeling like I'm getting accurate readings. At least with the pH probe that you get from Apex, right? It sits in there. So what that tells you, like it has to kind of sit there and kind of kind of measure it that way instead of you putting it in there for like 2 seconds and it, you know, and you're not gonna want to
Yeah.
sit over your tank the whole time and just hold that thing like that.
Yeah, that's another thing. I might, when I'm thinking about doing this, because I don't have my pH probe inside my calcium reactor. So I'm thinking about
Right,
I,
and that's sitting in the calcium reactor. So it's like I feel like it got to sit there for a second to get an actual reading, to get the right reading at that too.
yeah, you might be right. I don't know. It's that's why I think with Hannah, they back mostly all their products.
Hmm.
A lot of people don't complain from them, so we're gonna, we can always question them, email them. You know what I'm saying? Have them like see them at the shows. Like, hey, how does this? I might actually look at the video. I just bought it off the strength of the salinity joint, the salinity test to really work good. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try this one out. So that's like my first time using it. I don't know what my pH is, people. Um,
Right. Plus, it's cool looking. I mean, it's cool looking. It's more convenient. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, that's what I'm about, convenience. That's why all my equipment makes sense for me, and for the I say the not so much hands-on reefer. You could say lazy. You could say um, busy, whatever you
right.
want to call it. But the less I tinker with it, the more successful I know I will be. Um, every time I leave my tank alone, I always, stuff looks good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Every
better
tank I
results.
have. So, with that being said, like I don't want to be like not like I know dosing works. You know what I'm saying? I know people with dosing pumps work with 2 part. I've seen those tanks. You know what I'm saying? One of my good buddies have a tank and he just use a doser, but he's more involved than I am. You know what I'm saying? So he know how to do the math and all that stuff. I just want. That's why the calcium is going to be so clutch for me because that drink is going to drip every day, all day, 24/7. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too, bro. Because it's like it's one of the most natural things. Because when it first was explained to me, I was like, bro, this makes so much sense. In the ocean, bro, they have access to this stuff 24/7. So why not have access to the same stuff in the home
Right.
aquarium? Gonna make it's gonna make it better overall. Cause I mean, even with the dosing pump that I have, like, don't get me wrong, it's nice and stuff like that. But I feel like, it's sort of like what you said, sitting up there trying to calculate that stuff. I think that's what people mess up most. Cause then you gotta keep testing to make sure something's somewhere where it's supposed to be at. Then come back and then dose that, and then come back and test again, and then test again. It's like it's so much that's involved with it. You know?
Yeah, and then just guessing the water volume. You know what I'm saying? Like I can say this is a 150-gallon tank, right?
Right.
But I got rock in here, I got sand in here. I got a sump. Like I really don't know the exact water volume of this tank. You know what I'm saying? So when you dose and stuff like that, like the 2 part, you kind of got to do a better guesstimate of knowing how much water is actually in your tank. But the calcium reactor, you don't really have to test it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to worry about how much water placement you got because it's whatever you how much carb how much CO2 you putting in or how much effluent is coming out. So for me, I'm gonna have like a steady drip, and I'm gonna adjust my CO2 accordingly.
So you say you're running it right now, or you haven't been running it yet?
Now I'm about to literally turn this joint on. I'm trying to reroute, like I'm trying to clean up some wires. So I was trying to test my alkalinity. I can't get this joint up, so I'm gonna run to Home Depot and get a small screwdriver
Mm-hmm.
along with other stuff. But I'm going to start running this weekend for sure. Like I know they say I need to test. I'm gonna test right before, turn it on, and test. The day after, see what's changed. If it stayed the same, whatever, it's gonna test every day at the same time and see how much. Cause I got small, I got frags in here right now, so I don't think nothing's gonna be getting sucked up, quickly. But I actually plan on adding some. If I get some frags on Sunday from the Frag Fest, I want to see, I want to drop them in and get something stable going on here.
Right.
But we'll see how it goes.
What is that? Another thing too, like when you were using the fluconazole, did it work for you for the algae?
It definitely did. For that hair allergy,
Yeah.
it's gone, man. Like I use it. It's crazy how I didn't even notice it. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't even noticed it being gone. I used it. I dosed it in there. When did I get back from Orlando? Like 2 weeks ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I did two bottles, which treats 200 gallons. Um, I put all the caps in there. Didn't do a water change for like 2 weeks. It said for like 3 weeks don't do a water change. I mistakenly did like a 5 gallon water change after I did it. So what I did was, matter of fact, this is how I did it. I did a 20-gallon water change. Um, and then I dosed the fluconazole, and then the next day I did like just a sweep of the sand bed, just get some detritus. So I ended up doing another 5 gallon water change, which probably didn't even make a huge dent, but I was trying to get some detritus off the sand. Left it alone. I plucked some out with my hand. After that, I left it alone, and all the hair algae is gone. Like everything is gone. Like the only algae I have is like a little brown algae on the sand bed. But other than that, it's gone. Like it's gone. So that stuff works, man. I don't care what nobody say. That's I'm 2 for 2 with the fluconazole. That stuff works, and
Wait, so which one did you use? Did you use
it's, it's called
the,
reflux.
the Reflex? Okay, you use the Reflex brand because they have Reef. They have RX Flux or something like that at my fish store. It's like $40 too. That stuff expensive.
Nah, my jump was $20,
Oh,
$23.
you must have bought it offline, huh?
Yeah, I bought it on Amazon.
Yeah,
It
that's
got there like it's like I got Amazon Prime. Got it there like the next day.
oh okay.
Man, listen,
I'm an
the,
eBay shopper, man. That's why. I was
then go
thinking
on
about that.
Amazon. Bro, go
Yeah,
on Amazon and get that
I
stuff.
like eBay better though, man. I don't know what it is. I've been on eBay for a long time, man. I think
Man, I
Amazon
like
probably
eBay.
better deals though.
Amazon has, to me, in my opinion, Amazon has more options than eBay's. But whatever works for you. But just off of the straight, does it work? Absolutely, man. That's the and I know people funny about dosing chemicals or whatever
Hmm.
and Reef. And I get it, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want their joint to be, the natural route, all that stuff. Listen, that joint, those chemicals work. Like, I mean, if you use carbon, it's kind of using chemicals, you know what I'm saying? So I would if I had a hair algae problem or bryopsis, I would definitely use reflux. Now, whatever algae problem Rico's having, right? His 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 dosage is gonna be way higher than what I got. You know what I'm saying? So for a huge tank like that, that's like 500, 600 gallons display water. Then he got another something. So you talking about buying 8 bottles. You know what I'm saying? Buying a lot of bottles.
Yeah, I think Rico said he wasn't doing that anyway though. He said he was just gonna leave it
I'm
natural.
just saying if he did go that route, it's gonna hit his pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh hell yeah, yeah, that's gonna hit his
Everything
pocket.
on the big boy system costs more. So I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't recommend that. But um for this, like for me, 200 gallons and under, I think it's perfect, man. And I got a shout out to the late great Dave Nanotanks, man, because he did an actual like
Yeah, I
a,
saw it. I
a day
saw it. That,
by
that's
day. Yeah.
right. I saw that one.
And
Yeah.
it's just a testament to what kind of guy he was. Like he did it like every day, what it looked like day one, day two, you know what I'm saying? So I used it on the school tank because the school tank had it bad. And man, it worked on the school tank. Like I didn't have no more it took more of treatment in the school tank than it took for this tank. But yeah, it worked, man. I think with it and manual removal, and see, I'm a type of guy. I do like a lot of things. Like I'll do the fluconazole or the reflux, whatever you want to call it, and I'll also add hermit crabs. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'll do that and add a urchin. So I think they kind of work together. So like maybe the fluconazole kind of kills them off a little bit, and then they eat it all. You know what I'm saying? In that situation, but yeah, this joint was covered like my Zoas, all that stuff was covered with hair algae, man. I couldn't even see the joint. Like it's crazy. So I highly recommend it.
Gotcha. I'm gonna have to try it then, man. I can't support my local fish store on this one, man. I might have to buy this one online because they got that stuff $40 in there. It's not worth it, man. Not paying $40 for that. Some of the stuff that they have in there, sometimes they overprice it because they know it's a necessity. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm two way about my LFS. I will always support my LFS, right?
Right.
because that's how I was introduced to the hobby. You know, I used to go on my
Definitely.
lunch break
Definitely.
and just basically just like chill. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got that. So I credit them for making me fall in love with the hobby, right?
Right.
Um, my information came from YouTube when I was watching guys like New York Stilo and Mr. Saltwater Tank. And
Right.
I used to be like, man, they you know what I'm saying, they know what they talking about. And then, you know, just being on YouTube and meeting other hobbies, but I'm always loyal to the LFS because they're the reason, you know what I'm saying? Before all these online stores and, you know, all the book resupply on the stuff, like I always want to have a home LFS. Like for instance, the Trident is sold out everywhere, right? You can't get
Mm-hmm.
it. You can't get it nowhere, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to my LFS owner, like he's like, man, I just ordered. He was actually going to sell me one that he ordered for somebody else because they haven't picked it up, and I was like, I'll buy it right now. So
Yeah, I
I was
remember
so
that one.
full, yeah, I was so full on getting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I came up there with my money last Friday? I was like, okay, I'm getting this Trident, right? The guy came and picked it up. Just my luck, right? Somebody must have tipped them off. So he was like, well, I just ordered another one, and once it come in, it's yours.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't get that without having a relationship with your LFS. Like he looked out for me, like, and I want the product because I want to, you know, make my life easy and all that stuff. But I would have to wait if I really wanted to try it. I would have to wait till they get in stock. I have to wait up to 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock, you know, whatever, and hurry up and click and buy. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have to worry about that. My LFS owner got it, and it'll be here next week, and I'll pick it up.
Right. Like I said, look, I definitely support them. I support them a little bit too much sometimes. I'm damn near in there every day. But I think most people agree with that, man. Look, you going up in there and they got some stuff that just be overpriced, man. Look, every now and then, that's just like how you bought that off of Amazon. That's just kind of the mentality behind it. It's like, why spend $20 more than, overpricing that?
Oh, for sure, for sure. Now
Yeah,
you gotta
cause
be smart. You gotta know your own pipe. Like it's
yeah,
not up to you to fund their lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like
right,
you gotta be smart because you got a lifestyle of your own. But
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like I will always like every week I visit my other fest and I'll get something. You know what I'm saying? I won't just
Yeah,
I
I'm
won't
pretty much on the everyday getting something.
yeah, I don't just, you know what I'm saying? And then they go in tune, like just imagine when you start growing out your cores, you could take it back, take it to them for store credit, and it's a win-win because they getting aquaculture corals, you know what I'm saying, homegrown corals. They ain't got to worry about importing nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it's a it's a give and take relationship. So that's the type of like I want to be able to frag up my corals, bring that joint to the LFS. And if I want to buy a new skimmer or a new light, I got enough store credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing them in Walt Disney frags and you know what I'm saying, all kinds of stuff. So I want to have that type of relationship with several of my LFSs, but definitely the ones I visit the most.
Right. They got a new one I actually just went to too down there. It's called Coral Connection. They got some nice stuff too, but it's not as popular. And it's
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I'm definitely going to do a video up in that too. Hopefully they don't get mad at me over at Aquatic Sea Life, feeling like I'm not loyal or something. But I
All
don't know,
right.
I like going to all of them, bro. Because Aquatic Sea Life down here, that's our most popular thing. So it's like if you're not going there, it's pretty much nowhere else to go. Everything else is closed down there. So far as in LFSs. But I'm definitely gonna go over there some more because I've already went over there buying some stuff from 'em. That's actually where I got that. When I told you I switched salts, I bought my salt from over there, the fluval salt.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's good, man. Get yourself an RODI unit, man.
yeah. I haven't gotten that yet. That's the only thing that I haven't gotten. So I've been still buying RO water, mixing it, which is still kind of expensive, but it's better to me that way because RO water. I don't even want to say it's expensive. It's not expensive because I mean 30-40 cents a gallon. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, that ain't
Then
nothing.
just mixing that up, and then I can have that on hand whenever I need to make my own stuff. The main thing I want to get is a, TDS meter too, because the my other LFS, where I was getting my RO water from, I don't think Um, I don't think they were checking it all the time, bro. Because sometimes that water would be like completely different than RO water. I think in certain cases that could have been the cause of my allergy too.
Oh,
And it's not
definitely.
not to fault
That's a
them, but it's
major.
like I've
That's a
heard I've
major.
heard someone that used to work at that LFS, and they told me that when they worked there, they didn't check the parameters of the salt or anything. And I'm like, well, y'all still selling this to people? And that was one of the biggest things that made me feel like, okay, I need to make my own salt because it's like nobody not gonna do it like you gonna do it. That's like if you know that's like sometimes I actually work on my car. Down here, there are not many mechanics that know how to work on a BMW, and that's just the guy's honest truth. Man, look, we have so many shops with so many bad ratings. We have so many shops with mechanics that say they fix your car, and I'm talking about literally you leaving with a problem that same day. And bro, like I'd have fixed every single problem on my cars myself. So I feel like that with the reef tank, bro. It's the same. It's the same thing, bro. Like half of that stuff, you really gotta do it yourself, man. You gotta make your own salt, make your own RO water. Because if you leaving it up to somebody else, which was stupidity on my end, but of course I was still a new reefer because I was kind of sold into certain things, buying certain things when I first started off. The LFS owner, he was telling me like, "Oh man, don't worry about trying to mix salt and all that. You got to have to worry about measuring the salinity and all that stuff." He's like, "You could just buy our salt; it'd be easy." I was like, "Okay." So
Yeah,
as a new reefer, I know I was being sold on certain things. I was just trying to get into the hobby because I was like, "Man, I want some damn coral."
yeah,
But certain things, bro, I've definitely been sold. That's why certain stuff I don't support them with anymore. Like buying certain products from them, I look up everything, and if it's cheap online, I'm getting some of that stuff online first. Because I remember you asked me recently in the last video, you was like how the fish are at my LFS. Honestly, that canary blending that I got from them, that's the last fish I'm probably gonna get from them, bro. That fish, I think maybe I don't want to say he's about to get ick, but he has like some white spots on him. It's not, but then again, I can't say it's white spots. He has some faded spots on him. It's not white speckles though. It's not ick. But usually when you see like that faded coloring on the fish, they probably gonna get ick nicks. You know. But that's like the second fish I got from over there that got ick. You know what I'm saying? It's like then another thing too. I think while my magnesium was so high, I was trying to get my pH up at one point because I was like, man, why was my pH so low? While we were talking about the Hannah checker thing,
hmm
so I was like, bro, I know this thing can't be reading this right. I would check my pH sometimes, it would be like 7.3, 7.4, 7.5 or 6 at the highest. I used to be like, why is this so low? So I go there, hey man, just put this stuff in the tank. I'm like, that's it. Just put this in the tank. Yeah, man, just this stuff will raise the pH up. It did temporarily. The stuff called Aquavitro Balance, and it works temporarily. Um, and
Gotta
I've
keep working
actually
at that.
talked to CChem on the phone. That man, that shit is a band aid, bro. If you try to get your pH up, all that shit that's band aids. That will never get your pH up and keep it up the way that you need it to. Come to find out, man, that stuff it doesn't alter your calcium alkalinity. It definitely says that on the bottle, right? It advertises it will not affect calcium alkalinity. But what it does is it affects your magnesium.
Mm.
So my magnesium was at 1800 because I'm dosing this stuff, and I'm like, why is it not working? And he was like, oh, it's harmless, man. Just put it in there. And it's like, at the same time, like I do want to say, yeah, I love supporting them, but it's like if you're gonna do stuff like that and just tell me to, that's like before he was telling me put the stuff called 8.4 in there when balance wasn't working. And I'm like, okay, well, I see that this alters the alkalinity, so I gotta watch this stuff. I just read that. But in fine print on the Aquavitro balance, in fine print it says that it messes with your magnesium. So it's like a lot of that stuff, bro. You really, really have like if something's raising something, it's affecting something else. It's doing something else, man.
That I can agree with.
Yeah. So I ain't messing with none of that junk no more, man. Look,
I
and
should get your
honestly, they can't sell me nothing else
get your
without me
calcium
reading it.
reactor on the 8 gallon, man.
Oh no 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 oh, and I was just about to explain that to you. I know it sounds crazy, but the 150, I'm gonna have a calcium reactor hooked up to the 150 and 8 gallon. It's gonna be tied together, but it's not gonna
Yeah.
be a tied together system sharing the same water though.
All right. So I don't understand how you gonna do that.
So far as with the calcium reactor.
Yeah, how you going? Because you're
It's
gonna have to
just
pull the water from somewhere.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's gonna dose both tanks. It's gonna pull the water. Well, then again, I guess you would say it's gonna, I guess, kind of in a way, but because they
Yep.
have to pull the water from the bigger tank, so I guess you could say it's kind of gonna be tied together like that.
Yeah, it's gonna have to pull the water somewhere, so it's gonna be sharing that water for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah. That's fine, man. As long as I was talking about tied together so far as in like literally it's sharing the same water and it having more water volume like that. I mean, because it already has technically like a centrifuge, so I wouldn't need any more of that. But yeah, I was gonna hook both of those up together because I do want to see what effects the calcium reactors have, and I know I wouldn't have to run it. Um, Still wouldn't have to run the that Camor pump any harder, just to provide a little bit extra dosing for this tank.
So the Camor pump, in my understanding, is supposed to act as a pump and a valve. So it's basically gonna pull. This is my calcium reactor setup, y'all. Y'all see me over here? Y'all see me? All right,
Man,
so
that Geo stuff is nice, bro.
this joint supposed to. Now I watched Eat Sleep Reef, right? So
Yeah.
this joint supposed to suck. All right, so it's supposed to create a vacuum. So when this is running, it's turning that way, clockwise. It's gonna suck the water out of my secondary chamber, which is basically this is supposed to be my effluent line, and this line was gonna dose out back into my tank. So the input, which is coming from my sump, when it creates a vacuum in here, it's gonna create a vacuum in here also. So it's gonna be sucking water out of here, and then it's gonna be sucking it from here. So in turn, it's gonna be sucking it from the input. So this is like I said, it's like a valve because you can create how much it's sucking in,
Hmm.
and it's a pump because it's recirculating. So I got it, man. I got it down pat. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna plug. I'm running out of plugs, man. That's why I'm kind of stalling. I got so much shit going on down here, like it's just ridiculous, y'all. Like even though this joint supposed to be simple, I got a lot of stuff. Like I got I gotta clean up all these wires and cords. Like I
Man,
have so many
that's a
little
video
mini.
itself right there. Putting those wires, cleaning them up. Same thing I was gonna do too.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't know how to do it yet.
Man,
like
look,
my, it's
I'm
like
about to
you
tell you the
winging it.
easiest way to do it. Everybody use the zip ties, right? That's cool, right?
Nah, that's not
Bro,
cool.
when I'm talking about so far as in putting the wires together, it is like the zip ties actually clean it
But
up.
you clean
But
it up, but what if you gotta service one of them? You're gonna have to cut those zip ties, take it out. See, people don't. You thinking about the cleanliness of it, right?
hmm
These machines got to be, or this equipment has to be serviced. Like that skimmer has to be taken out, cleaned out, and serviced. If I have it zip tied, that means I got to break all those zip ties.
yeah, that
Fix.
makes sense on that part. You know what? At that part, then it's like it's up to the manufacturer. So I would say it would be a better design for them to make it to where you can just disattach the actual cord.
That'd be ideal, but then again, like I said, if you disattach the cord, it's not waterproof no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's like since this sump sits in water,
Right,
attaching it and disattaching it won't work. It has to be sealed. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
water and electric don't mix. So it's like when you design your systems, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you want it neat and clean, but most of the time it's not really practical. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, dang, I gotta freaking take all this stuff apart. You know what I'm saying? So it's really it takes time, man. That's why a lot of reefers, stuff is all like, especially when it's under the stand. Like
hmm
it takes a lot, man. So
Well, I'm gonna tell
I'm
you
still
like this.
working around that.
I just suggest the zip ties. I don't even use zip ties. I use those little tie things like that come with your stuff. You know, like when you first
Yeah,
open a
yeah, the
product.
little
Yeah,
plastic joints.
I use all of those. Those are on every single thing because it's easy to just untwist that and then you can reuse it again. You can't reuse a zip tie. So
Right.
my thing I was about to tell you with the wires, they got these things you can get from Home Depot and you can stick them to the wall, right? You can stick them. I forgot what these things are called, but they hide the wires and they match your wall. Like I've
Oh
used it
yeah,
on
yeah.
TVs and
I
everything.
know you're
Yeah,
talking about.
right. So those things are easy. It's not like a
Yeah, you talking
stuck
about
there and you
this right
can't
here,
take it
right?
off.
Like this.
Exactly,
Of course.
exactly.
Yeah,
Right,
these. All right, so these work good, right?
right,
And you can open them up and take the wires out.
right.
But shoot, man, they gotta be ran a certain way too, though. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yeah, it could work. Let me see if I want to go underwater real quick.
Cool.
I want to go underwater. I need how many people up in here? Oh, my guy, Reef Keeper's here. Okay, Phil, can you join the chat real quick? I got two questions actually. Um, Let me put the link in here. I actually got two questions for the calcium reactor guys. I saw CJ in here earlier. If you want to join, come on in, CJ. Um, Let me see. I gotta find a towel first. I can't just dip it and then go back to talking. Here go a towel. All right, let's go. Y'all want to see me go underwater? Uh okay. So you can't join. All right. So question. Um, well, I figured that part out. The Komora part. The pH probe, right? Um, do you hook your pH probe? I see you got your pH probe on your calcium reactor. Do you have it so like it's hooked up to the apex? Do you, I guess, do you plug the carbon dioxide into your apex? I guess that's the question I have for you, Phil. It'll give Phil some time to answer that. In the meantime, let's see. I will drop it underwater. Y'all want to see underwater shots? Give me a hell yeah. All right, so right now I just got the Reef Bright on and 4 radions. I don't know why this radio not on. I think it's off schedule, but damn radions. All right, let me take it out of my case real quick. Let's go underwater. I did it one time in my old house. The underwater live stream. That's a first right there. All right, here we go. Underwater live stream. Yo,
You ever did it before and the salt water don't affect nothing? It don't affect the phone or nothing?
nope.
That's the only thing I was ever. That's the only reason I never did it underneath water. Cause I thought the salt water might do something. I know they say it's waterproof, but no salt water a little different.
Man, it's waterproof. Let's see what Phil said. Yes, plug the carbon dioxide into the apex so you can shut it off if the pH gets too low. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, thank you, Phil. Now I got an EB8. I got to figure out how many plugged out. I know I want to hook my T5s up to it. I want to hook the skimmer up to it. The Komora pump could stay in the regular plug. This. I want to hook my Reef Brights up to it. I want to hook the heaters up to it. See that EB8, man, they need to do an EB12. They should have did more with this package. That's them Samsungs. He said you got a Samsung. Jeremy. That's why you don't put your phone in the water because you got a Samsung. All right, I'm put my iPhone in the water. Let's do it. I'm gonna do it for a hot second. Can you see the top down view? I can't hear y'all. I don't have a lot of core. I wish I could do this at West Coast House. We got core everywhere. All right, that's enough. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Oh, did I lose it? Did I lose everybody? Let me turn this down. Oh, I can stop it then. Yeah, take that out. Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Everybody leave? Oh shit. Can you hear me, Jeremy?
I get you, dude.
Okay. Could y'all see it? Could y'all hear me when I had the phone on the water?
Not really on my end. I don't know. Maybe everybody else heard you.
Oh, okay. I
I
can.
think I think the water kind of do that when they go in the water. It just kind of block out the sound.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, sound is different underwater. You got a good point. So yeah, I just pat this joint off with a towel. My phone good to go. See y'all? Phone is still alive. No, there's no water shaking out. No nothing. So everybody go home and put your phones underwater. The DC challenge. Hashtag DC challenge.
Yeah, put your newer phone underwater because somebody might have like an old iPhone or something.
Yeah. If you got a flip phone, don't do it.
Or if you have like an iPhone SE or something like that, or
Yeah,
iPhone
don't do
5.
it. Don't do it.
Make sure your phone is waterproof. Look at those specifications
Yeah, make
first.
sure you got the new iPhone. Put it on the water. You will set that outlet to pH control and enter your high value and low value. Mine is 6.87 and low is 6.79. It froze. It froze, Greg. Wi-Fi don't seem to work well underwater. Hmm. Maybe you got a good point. You got a good point, Greg. Okay, well, yeah, I didn't get to see it. Yeah, I got some video of it. I actually did it at Inappropriate Reefer's house, and y'all never seen his tank underwater, have y'all? He
No.
never does it. But I did it. I was bold enough to do it, and every time I go with them, I'm gonna do it again.
Bro, you know what's crazy, bro? I was sitting there thinking, you got the 150, Inappropriate got the 150. I think somebody else that came on here got a 150, and I'm setting up a 150.
Yeah, Aaron's Aquariums.
What was the name?
Aaron's Aquariums.
Yeah,
His
Aaron's
150.
Aquarius got the 150, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Everybody 150 is in for 2019. But for me, it's gonna be 2019 to 2020 to 2021. I probably won't get a new tank for another 3 years, 3 or 4 years.
Come here, Kelly.
And I'm hoping that in the next 2 years we get a house.
Yeah,
So
I think
when we
that's
get a house, that's when I'm getting a new tank. That's got to be in the contract. Like at closing, I'm like, I need what's the money for the tank at? I need the money
look.
for the tank. If
I
it don't
just
get French doors, I need French doors to get the tank in there.
right.
I need all that. I mean, that's all. That's literally what's crazy. That's all I would really care about with the house. As long as I had a basement and a tank, and the tank I could put in my basement, where it's just like all mine. And I actually would want like two tanks. I would want a tank coming in the house, like a display in the house, and then my big massive tank in the basement and a
Right.
pond. If I can have those three, I'm a happy camper. Yeah.
If anything, I would probably say living down here, I would just want a bigger backyard and a huge living room, because
Yeah,
we don't really have basements down here like talking about, because we're already below sea level. So
right. Is nobody in New Orleans have a basement?
no, they have like some houses that have homes that have basements, but it's extremely rare if you see any that have basements, because you can't really dig, you know, under here. That's why we don't have subways and all that stuff down there.
Yeah, you
Like
can't dig too far on the ground.
Yeah, like the way somebody have a basement down here, they'll have to have an elevated house to have a basement. They have
Oh,
to lift their house up off the ground because we already have like shotgun houses, styled houses down there, and you have your modern homes as well. But they'll have to be elevated just to put a basement underneath.
so your
So you'll be
basement
walking up a
basically be
flight of
your
steps just to get in your house.
the basement basically be the ground level then.
Yeah, it'll be at ground level. Yeah, and like I said, you gotta walk up like a flight of steps just to get in your house if you had a house built like that.
Wow.
Yeah. But I would mainly I would want a backyard anyway because if I did stuff in my home, then probably everything would be done in the backyard. So
Yeah, I would definitely want to. I'll be scared to put like a. Well, yeah, you said the gators are more in the rural areas, right?
oh no, you don't deal with no gators. Nah, you don't deal with that.
Okay.
See, like if I did like something in my backyard, dude, I would probably do a saltwater pond. I think that'd be so gangster, bro, 'cause it's different.
Yeah, that would be gangster.
Yeah, then it's like it's getting natural sunlight. Like that'd be gangster as hell, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't be no corals for me. It'd just be fish.
Oh, no, I wouldn't put no coral on there, dude. I just noticed I got like 15 heads on this Zoa, man. This thing is taking off,
You
growing
know,
like wildfire.
Zoa is still my favorite
Yeah.
coral because you can put them anywhere.
Yeah, you can. And they could take, any type of flow as well. I might so the Zoa that I got on my hit list, man, uh the one I'm gonna probably put in the front of the rock because I got certain spots where I want like my higher end Zoas to go. That's why I kind of slowed up with the coral.
Uh,
I already kind of got my lower end coral that I needed in here. So I go off color when I look for stuff. I don't go off the name of it. I know people like the cool names like Jason Fox and all that stuff. But like I don't know. I care about how the coral look. Like they got this one coral. It's a Illuminati Zoa, bro. It's so gangster, bro. It's like in the middle, it looks like it's glowing, like in the middle.
do you have any Do you have any neon kryptonite candy canes?
I don't have any yet, but the candy canes they're gonna be going like when you came over and they had that back corner where my rock flower names were.
Uh huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the kryptonites and I'm gonna have some regular candy canes right next to each other right there in that area. Cause that's kind of the style I was going for this tank. It's less rock, but it's like they have so many coral that's
Hmm.
filling in every single part of the tank. I want coral to fill in every single part of this tank and come together nicely.
Sweet. Yeah, I learned a good lesson at Worldwide Corals when I saw their display tank. That man, they got Zoas mixed in with SPS and all kinds of stuff. I was like, I mean, no wonder it had that. It just had that glow to it. You know what I'm saying? It looked different to me. So I've been on the. Oh, Reef Girl is here. Yeah, I haven't seen Reef Girl in a long time. Live stream. Happy Friday, Reef Girl. Um, yeah, so I really want to emulate what I saw at Worldwide Calls, at least in my own way. So like I said, I will always be collecting Zoas, right? But
Hmm.
right now, my focus will be for the rest of this year, um, getting SPS, getting them in, getting them settled so they can start encrusting and all that stuff and growing out, and then putting fillers around them, like the Zoas or the blue clothes and stuff, you know what I'm saying, just to fill it out. And then finally, I'll be doing my accent pieces. When I say accent pieces, I'm talking about pieces like show size, elegance coral, meat corals, trackies, lobos, stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
even clams, stuff that go in the sandbed. Mostly sandbed corals.
Yeah, sandbed corals for that 150 I'm doing, bro. I'm doing like a million scolies. I want croc scolies. I want ultra scolies. I want everything. I want every scolie in there, bro.
Mm,
That's gonna be my main thing for this next tank. That and rock flowers because they got so much color, bro. Still got to check out rock flower. I mean, saltwater salt critters. They got a sale going on. They got like rock flower names. I'm talking about rock flower ultras for like $25 right now.
that's
That's
the
like
bad.
it's called saltwater critters. No, it's called salt critters. My bad, not saltwater critters. salt critters, and they I got two rock flower nyms from them. I paid 50 each, and that was including shipping.
Okay.
What is that? I wanted to ask you this too. I saw like a real old video. I think it was like you were still kind of new in the hobby, and you had a yellow star polyp. Do those still
Yeah.
do those things still exist, man?
Yeah. Yellow polyps.
Yeah.
Yeah. They. I haven't seen them in a while, but back then I was like buying stuff from like off of Craigslist and buying like the whole rocks. Like I had no. I look back, like I'm doing like I meant to drop a video today on my YouTube and Instagram. I've been doing a lot of like throwbacks, like flashback Fridays and throwback Thursday. I edited them and all that stuff, but I didn't post them. But when I look back at the tanks I had, man, like dude, I was so I never want my excitement to like go down. I was so excited just to like if you had a colony, I was buying that. Like I'll buy the rock and everything. And I think about it, man. I don't know what I was introduced like. I think about it now. Like I don't know what I was introducing to my tank. I wasn't dipping none of course. Like I was just buying a rock, and if it had corals on it, bam, it went in my tank. Or um, a colony or something. Like I said, one of my last purchases, I remember I bought this mushroom rock. I just like how mushrooms cover rocks. I know a lot of people don't like mushrooms; they're invasive. But I just, for some particular reason, I like this particular rock. It looked good in my tank. But man, that joint had all kinds of bristle worms, and it could have had all kinds of stuff on it. So when I look back, I think you comment on one of them, like an older video, like a 75-gallon.
Yeah.
And I was looking at that stuff, like, dude, I was just wasting money. Like, it gave me instant satisfaction, but it wasn't like, I didn't know about water chemistry. I knew about water change, but I wasn't into water chemistry. I was into packing my tank with corals and fish. And
So so let me ask you this: like, even though you didn't, I know you saying you didn't know what you were adding to your tank at that time because you were kind of just getting things and stuff like that. Did you ever run into any issues?
did I? I think my issues stem from me not being consistent. So yes, I did run into some issues as far as like losing corals and stuff like that. But I didn't have a consistent schedule. So I wasn't disciplined enough. So um I in my opinion, I've had every type of fish, um, and mostly every type of LPS and softy type corals. So I kind of like experience is the best teacher. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I was into buying colonies and making my tank look presentable right there. You know what I'm saying? Like show tank. Now I'm more into frags because not only um, they cost less, um, it's more so of them growing with my skate. Like if I
Yeah.
keep buying different like colonies and stuff, it kind of takes away from your escape. So you be adding
Right. And it
adding rock.
fills in really quick too.
Yeah, it fills in really quick. So it's like, man, it looks hoarderish, you know what I'm saying? It looks real jumbled. So now I'm into like letting the frags and crust and grow out into, onto the scape that I have now.
Right.
Um yeah, it's just like I said, man, I'm thankful for all the lessons I learned in the hobby. I'm not so super excited about all the money I spent when I think about it, but I don't really live with a lot of regrets. But it's like, man, if I'd have knew better back then, I would be doing better now.
Right.
As far as like, maybe having some of those calls that I had before, it may be still living and thriving. That's the only thing I regret, like killing corals. It's this one logo. I mean, Lobo, man. It was gold, and oh my goodness, this thing was so pretty. Like I've killed a lot of stuff, a lot of fish, corals, but for some reason, this one gold Lobo core just stands out to me. And if I ever see it again, I'm buying it on the spot. But this thing is so beautiful, yo. Like it just had this deep golden um, texture to it. It was a man. I love that core, yo. And that drink died on me. After that, I was ready to quit, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
I could fit, especially with something that was real nice like that.
yes,
Um,
it's funny how it's something that'll take you to the edge of quitting, and we all gonna face it in this hobby. So if y'all listening, if y'all haven't faced it yet, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be either a coral, a fish, a tank, equipment malfunction. Um, hopefully, never a tank explosion or crash or something like that. A pest like a bryopsis or something like that. But it's gonna be something that's gonna challenge you in this hobby, where you can be like, man, I'm gonna quit. You know, you just like that's enough. I had enough. You know, it's gonna be something, and if you're in it for the long run, you'll withstand that. Um, it's not gonna be easy to withstand, but if the passion is there enough, you'll get through it. But if it's not, you'll definitely quit. And just when I think about that, I was talking to Reef Gill and when we was in Vegas, man, and I could see the hurt on him. He was distraught, man, that he got marine velvet, but not only he got marine velvet, it wiped out his clownfish that he had for like years. Like he had them for like 10, I want to say 10 years or something like that. And they was not really like designer clowns. They was more so like I think the Darwin black and white clown. But it had a he grew him up. You know, he basically got him as babies and grew him up, and he went through several tanks with him. But when he lost them, and like I said, I saw him in Vegas. We hung out and everything. He was hurt, man. He was like, man, I'm quit. Like he was done. He was literally done. I'm so glad he didn't quit because his tank inspired me, and I know it has others, but now his tank is doing really good. You know, he got SPS and all kinds of stuff going on in there. And I know it's probably not quite the same that he don't have his clownfish, but his tank is really rocking out. Like, so I'm just saying that like you gonna this hobby gonna test you. It's gonna I call it test your gangster. It's gonna test your gangster and see if you gangster enough to do it because it's not cheap. It's not cheap on the pockets. I see a lot of inexpensive bills and budget bills, but once you start getting into core collecting, it ain't cheap on the pockets. I don't care how much you try a bargain shop. It's gonna be a bill, and if you could withstand it, man. I've seen people go through like bryopsis, man. I know a lot of people that bryopsis just take them out. They take their whole tank down, man. Stuff like aptasia. Aptasia could be like a that could be so unsightly, man, and just take over your tank. And I'm glad you had got those peppermint shrimp as
yeah,
your
because so I wouldn't have never took the kids tank down because of the aptasia. But if it would have been mine, I would have definitely that would have devastated me if I had a infestation of aptasia in that tank. But I think the only thing that I said I've been embracing is the Bristol worms. I actually do like the Bristol worms. I know people think that they're unsightly because of the way that they look, but bro, they do an amazing. When I tell you, like, I don't clean the sand bed in my kids tank, and so far as them as a cleanup crew, they do better than snails and hermit crabs. Like
yeah. I
they
need
are,
some bristle worms in my tank.
huh?
I'm actually gonna put some in my tank from the school tank.
Bro, they do it. They do a great job, and the way that they multiply is great.
Yeah,
Because you got to think about it anyway. People don't like them, but it's like when will you ever see them? They come out at nighttime,
right.
or they come out when the blues are on. Sometimes that depends, and they only come out if they, basically sense that something is dead. They may come out if you feed or something at nighttime, but half the time they're coming out to eat something. That's just like a snail just died in my kids' tank, and they were feeding on that instantly. Like they instantly just could smell death in the tank. So I embrace those and those little. They got the little serpent, tiny serpent starfish that I have in my sand bed that
Hmm.
keeps it clean, and I have those some little worms. I don't know, there's some weird looking worms, but they move kind of fast. I don't know what they are, honestly. They're like real tiny though. But all of those things seem to be doing a good job. None of it bothers my corals. Cause I literally watch Bristol worms right next to the corals in my kids' tank, and it don't do nothing. Like they don't bother the corals or nothing. So that's one pest I think I can definitely keep and enjoy. Now the Aptasia, man,
I
I
tell
don't
you,
want that.
so good.
I feel you on that. I don't want that nowhere, because that
Yeah,
actually stung one
Aptasia,
of my pallies and that bothered it. So
Aptasia, and Asterina stars, no good.
yeah, I don't have those. Luckily, I don't have those either.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh no! I actually almost introduced it recently. I got some more Cheeto from the new fish store I told you I went to,
Uh-huh.
and I actually sent that fish store actually gave it to me for free. Like they were like, bro, your refugium is tiny. I'm not even giving you that much. You can have it for free. And he gave me that piece of coralline, that big, huge piece of coralline algae for free. And I bought some other stuff from him. But that's why I say, see people like that, I definitely want to support, and not just because they gave me free stuff, but it's like they see your interest in a hobby and they want to support you, doing good. Like he saw that I really want a coralline algae. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give you this, man, because they got a lot of people who try to charge you for every little thing. Like I'm talking about, like even on these the little reefing sites on Facebook and stuff like that, bro. Can you believe they have people that like charge people for Cheeto, like that they're
Yeah.
throwing away? Like, come on, bro. Like it's Cheeto that you're throwing away. Who charges somebody for? Like, if I had a like, if I grow a bunch of Cheeto, I don't want that no more. You can't even make no money off of Cheeto, bro. I charge somebody for it. Like,
People, man, people want to make a buck, man.
damn, look.
I will only charge for a shipping.
Yeah, well, that's different. Like you shipping that to somebody. Like that's just like how you just said something about those bubble tip splitting. Like I would either like if you were willing to sell those, if you wanted to give me one of those for free, I would have to pay the shipping, right? I wouldn't expect you to ship that to me for free. That's
Right.
only right. You know what I'm saying?
If I can get rid of them, I'll ship them to for free, man. Like if I can, like I said, I want to get rid of at least three.
Well, I only want one because I do want something nicer in the kids tank. That, like I said, that I don't know who I'd be able to give that an enemy to because I don't think nobody would want that honestly. But I ain't gonna lie, bring it back to Petco or something because that's where I originally got it from. Get that little thing up and put something actually nice in that tank, so the kids can enjoy it because they look at that tank every once in a while and they sit in front of it sometimes. But yeah, man, like I feel like once I get a little bit more established and I have a bigger refugium, because my goal for uh the 150, when I wind up putting my sump and everything down there, the refugium that I want my refugium to take up most of the space inside of my actual sump. I want a huge refugium. So I was looking at that Bass Sea sump, but I don't know how big the refugium is. I want to see how big the refugium is first because they got this tumble thing that I want. It's basically like it creates a flow pattern to make the Cheeto, go in a circle. I know you probably saw that before. It basically makes the ball of Cheeto like go in a circle like this and flow around the whole time. So that's kind of what I want, and I think you have to have a certain size refugium to do it. Because I know that refugium plays a big part, man. Ever since I put that little thing on there, that biological filtration and taking out the nutrients with the Cheeto, it does a great job. You can see the differences in it.
Yeah, man. I
Nope.
grown. I put the cheddar reactor on the school tank, but ain't really been doing nothing but growing the turf algae and the nasty, which is cool with me. I'm cool with this, but man, it's
Yeah,
something.
look, long as it's growing something.
Yeah, it's growing something. I really don't use it for um nutrient reduction because it's a salt core tank, so I like the nutrients high, and I do my nutrient reduction through water changes. So, but everything is thriving in there. But I wanted something like a because they feed heavy at the school tank, so I want something that's just gonna help suck up some of them nitrates. But For real, like I don't mind having high nitrates. It's just the phosphates that algae
Yeah.
start growing.
Well, that's the reason for me doing it. It wasn't because of the nitrates. I actually don't like the fact that my nitrates always at zero. That's why I'm feeding more. I really did it because of the phosphates, bro. Like the nitrates has never been my problem, honestly. The so this coral, which is I call like my failure coral, uh, it's this acan. It was this bright neon green acan. It was so beautiful, man. I think it was green and it had like blue in it, a little bit of blue in it. But I remember like maybe like 4 months ago, I talked to Rico on live and I was like, hey man, like what do I do to bring back the color in this thing? Because I think it lost some of its zooxanthellae. It's like only bright green in the middle, and like the ends of it and stuff like that, the teeth and everything of it is like brown. So
Mm,
I still been struggling with getting the color back on it. I never take it out the tank just because I feel like it's a part of the scape, and I don't want to take it out just because of that. I mean, I always could get another more higher end coral, more higher end acan, and put it right there and replace it. But I'd rather try to see if I can bring the color back on it first. So if anybody, I know you probably reading the comments right. I'm gonna go get the computer. If anybody in the comment section can suggest a way to bring um, color to acans back, but Rico told me that that was from phosphates, like the phosphates been too high. So at one point, I didn't have a good way to control the phosphates, and I think it was because I had to recycle my tank in a way, like I was telling you, because I didn't have any filtration on it besides just the sand and the rocks. Like I literally didn't have any filtration on it on this tank when I first started. So this tank came a long way. Like it looked like a lot now because I did so much to it, but bro,
hmm
I actually this tank gonna be making a year on like the 28th or the 29th of this month. So
Okay,
when I show you how it looked when I first set everything up, you're gonna be like, God damn.
I could believe you, man. Listen, a year, even I'll even say 6 months, man. It's a whole difference in a tank, man. Like
Yeah,
make
man.
a world of a difference. So I believe you. I know the struggle, man. Listen, we all are struggling. Like the videos say one thing, you know what I'm saying? Because we clean the glass, make it look all pretty, everything's open, and we take a video, right? Post it on
Right.
YouTube. It's looking nice, you know what I'm saying? We won't really talk about the struggles, but we all have the same struggles, man, for sure. Like I truly believe everybody. That's why what I was really impressed with when I went to Inappropriate Reefer's house was that he didn't clean his glass. You know, he knew I was coming over and all this stuff to pick up something. He didn't clean the glass. Um, I saw his tank how it normally is, you know what I'm saying? Not all polished up. And his tank looked great. Like the little glass, little algae in the glass is nothing, you know. But seeing it in its rare form is good, you know. So
Right.
we all like I was cleaning my glass to death because I wanted to show y'all, you know, the live stream was on. And you know,
Right.
the camera not gonna pick up real good. But um man, we you know, my I got brown stuff on my sand, you know, I'm about to go in and stir it up real quick. And you know, I'm just trying to get it to balance out where it's looking really decent. Like I know with the school tank has taught me some great lessons, and that's been up for about 2 years now, 2.5 years probably, and just you know, adding more flow, adding the UV to it, um, the water changes, stand up on the water changes. Like when I go to the school tank now, the only thing that's really dirty is the glass. Like everything else is spotless. You know, the sand is looking good. I don't have that crazy hair algae and nothing like that. Everything that's dirty is supposed to be dirty. Like the filter flaw is supposed to be dirty. You know, that kind of stuff. But
I
other than
seen a
that,
I seen a little bit of it. When is the next time you might do like an update on the school team?
I'm gonna do an update on the school tank probably on Monday. I got send me man. This my whole all these are videos, yo, and all reefing videos. Like I'm like I got let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Um, I got like 7 videos to put out. You know what I'm saying? Between Instagram and YouTube. And I'm trying to get my tank, situated and all that stuff. But I've been taking like I haven't done an update on the school tank, but I've been doing like little clips. So like this one I got it's called Introducing the Harlequin Shrimp at the School Tank, aka Thanos. That's what they call him, Thanos, because he's like taking everything out. Um, so I did an update on that, but I have to drop the video of I did at Inappropriate Reef House first, so it can make sense. So, but I'm gonna do a full update on the school tank when I The thing about it, I had to do it like on a weekend, probably because school is closed right now, and I work during the week, so they don't really stay late for me like to do like a whole update on the tank. But I am though. I'm gonna try to get it done. I'm gonna try to film over there on Monday. I gotta do a water change on Monday. If I do all my filming, and then probably have an update probably later on that week.
Gotcha. How many gallons is the school tank?
So the school tank is, I want to say, a good 30 gallons. It's an Innovative Marine Nouveau 40. It's all in one tank. I believe the water volume is about 30 gallons, 30 to 35 gallons, all in one.
Gotcha.
And that has the AI Prime HD over it, which is an excellent light. Like, but nanos, that's the only light I will put on. It's cost efficient. You don't have to buy an extra controller. It's got a great spread, and it's small. Like it's not really like a huge light. And it like
When I first saw it in person, I was like, I didn't think it was gonna be as small as it actually was, because the two lights that were like the smallest was the Z Light UFO that I have on it now, and that light so far is what I was looking for this tank. I
um,
almost went with that. I almost went with the HD Prime. Only reason I wanted the Z Light more is because of what I looked at about the shimmer and stuff like that. Because I like how all the chips were in like one thing, and they said it had better shimmer and stuff like that. Because it's kind of like the Kessel, and the fact that it like basically how it looked. Honestly, like that was one of the main things I went for, and how it looked, and it performs. It really, like, ever since I had it, bro, it's an amazing light. The only thing that I wish, if I didn't get this light, I would have gotten the HI Prime just because of the color. Like, I wanted a white light, and they have this Z light in white, but it's not available to the US though.
the HD Prime, the Prime HD that's the like that's probably I like my Radeons, but I could have saw myself doing so instead of having one Radeon, two HD Primes. So I would have ended up having six on this tank. I would have had six HD Primes instead of four Radeons, which would be the same price. And I probably been just as happy with those joints as the Radeons. Like it's really an impressive light. Like that.
Yeah, because I saw it grows SPS really good. They got the dude, I think it's Jay's Reef or something. Jay's Reef. I think that's his name. He got like he got like three primes on his tank, and he got an SPS tank. I think it's Jay's Reef. Jay's Reef or Jay Carey, I think. Is it Jay Carey? Something like that, man. But yeah, I saw the results, man. People get good results from using that light. And it's like it's a really good popular light.
Yeah,
Because most of those lights that's popular like that, they kind of, how stuff is when it's popular, but that's actually a good popular light.
yeah. The only thing I don't like about the Radeons is the the reef link sometimes be out of whack. Um, sometimes it be like I don't know. It don't be connecting. Like right now, my one of the XR15s is down, so I have to like reconnect that. Like it's going off before the other ones go off. So I don't know. It's just I see. I'm so loyal to Ecotech because they give you so much good customer service, and I really like that. You know what I'm saying? So anything that happens, I mean, I even dropped my one of my radions in water one time. They replaced it with no problem. You know.
Yeah, that's good customer service right there.
Yeah. So I felt loyal to them. Like, man, that's awesome. Now, from my understanding, they also own Aqua Illumination, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they will. If I had if I had to do it, if I didn't have no lights, I would. Hmm, I say I would opt to do a HD Prime because I don't know the part. I don't know how much power I can get out of those lights. I never did a part to it, but I know the XR15s work. I know because I've seen them on big tanks. So
Have you ever tested the power in your tank?
I haven't yet. I'm seeing if my buddy Jim could come over with his power meter. Um,
I never checked mine either. I don't even because honestly, I just learned about it maybe like 5 months ago, maybe. So I didn't know much about it or what it meant.
okay. I have Max spec intros. I don't know what that is. Is that a light? The Mass spec on Ronnie Hughes. Not sure what that is. Um, I gotta go to Home Depot.
Hey,
Um,
go ahead, man. Just because
I've
I
been
forgot you
staying
say you're
here
good at
for the
anyway.
longest. Yeah, so I know some of y'all just joining on. If I get back in time, I will jump back on here. If anybody else is going live, let me know. I'll send them to y'all. Send me a direction. I don't see nobody on Instagram or whatever. Okay, but yeah, I gotta run to Home Depot. I gotta get this stuff done. Gotta get my UV set up. Gotta get my calcium reactor running, and I gotta get I gotta get a screwdriver for that test kit. So I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah,
put
cool. When you get back on, I want to holler at you about the UV sterilizer too. I got some questions about that.
that. Okay, for sure. So I'll be back, y'all, probably another hour or so. Y'all probably sleep. We'll see. So catch y'all later.
All right, dude. Peace out.
All right, Jeremy.